Oh, shh, it's about to start.
Watch my chops, Bernie.
Oh, okay, I'm watching the chops.
All right, next bit. Next bit. This joke we've already are the playable Yoshis who care for Mario and Yoshi's on a polycule. Please respond.
Thank you
What?
for. Oh god, I can't even do the pops bit right.
I don't think
we planned like 5 separate bits before the show started, and all of them failed.
Wait, let me try again. Oh, I'm so happy you welcomed me to the podcast, Mordecai.
Mordecai and Rigby, use those pop filters I gave you, or you're fired!
Dude, Benton's gonna totally fire us if we don't do another funny episode.
It'll be fine, dude. We can just stream Fall Guys.
Perhaps I can be of assistance.
And then his LKKO splash screen shows up. It's like pops in.
I really like. Has Fall Guys like fallen off in popularity or anything? It feels like
Falling off.
It has Fall Guys, more like Fail Guys. They failed. No, they didn't. It's really popular.
Okay,
Anyway,
it just probably died out because like the season's far in, and they'll probably do another one. They'll probably resurge in popularity when the next one comes.
Go ahead, Steve. Go. Should I like introduce myself?
Yeah, actually, hold on. We're getting like right into talking. Hi, welcome to Ready to Start the Podcast. The podcast where I don't know what happens here. We talk about stuff. I am Ryan Ribbity. Who else is everyone else?
I'm Shallow the Hedgehog.
Well, great job. We failed already.
Whoa.
I'll go last.
Alright. I'll go after Rosa.
Yeah, Rose, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Rosa. I'm also Shallow the Hedgehog.
Oh, freak.
I don't see Sega's lawyer stopping me.
It's nice to meet you, Shadow.
Yes, of course.
And
It is me, Shadow the Hedgehog.
who's our third regular here?
That's me. See,
Yeah, great. Who are you?
What do you mean, who am I?
You just said me at first. I'm sorry.
Yeah, come on, Ryan. I'm gonna grab you by the the head and shake you, and your body's gonna wiggle around.
Yeah, that's the new That's gonna be the Ready to Start the Podcast toys. You can get like a Target. They're gonna be like not in like the toy section, but like the toys you find by like the place where you check out. That's where the toys are.
I feel like you'd have like a wiggly plastic body, and like you could like spin it like by the head, and it'll go flinging around like crazy.
And who's our guest?
It's me. It's Gert. I'm not Pops. Haha. I'm Gert. I'm from the Monkey Podcast, the Monkey Show, Monkey Podcast. My gym partner's a podcast. Stupid monkey. Yeah. I'm from Mario. Sorry, I noticed Mario in the chat and.
Can we get some Marios in the chat?
Yeah, Mario's.
Mario.
Mario. So, does anyone else have like who's played Super Mario Sunshine on the?
Press the R button to get some water.
press the R button.
You know,
well, actually, now they say press the button.
We've had a lot of like disjointed intros, but this is like the most disjointed. We took like
you can't say that every time. I think you just don't remember. Like
I know
we've had some real disasters on here that I can't even recount.
This is a brave format for a podcast.
Let's talk about Fall Guys.
Wait, hold on. Before we get into the topics this week, I just want to give everyone a quick Arlo update. He just tweeted, "Oh yes, I am getting this now." ... for my nephew. Yeah, he likes Frog Rock just for him. And then he's like a gif of Poe the Panda like awkwardly stepping away.
I wish
No
Arlo
way.
would just
Wait,
take
I
his
need
break already.
I need a break.
What?
News roundup number 15.
Guys, I gotta say, I really need a break. I'm struggling here. He sounded like he was really struggling.
Maybe he just has such a like nice backlog that no one even noticed that he wasn't doing anything.
All right. Let's get into the exciting news topic of this week. So they put the Bomberman Mii costume in Smash.
Yeah, it's about time.
Yeah, God, that was the only thing that happened.
Pretty good.
Yeah. So anyway, about Fall Guys.
No, I want to talk about Steve. Like a bit over. I want to talk about Steve.
Well, I want to talk about Fall Guys.
Well, I want to talk about Meatwad.
We can do all of those. Okay.
Wow, Ryan. There's 4 of us and only 1 podcast.
Thank God, he won't let me do all these.
I hate God. He won't let me watch the Fall Guys.
And never have seen something so godless.
Steve is a character I've like never.
What are you talking about? Are you talking about Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs?
You fucking know damn well what I'm talking about.
Steve,
Don't press the big evil button.
They added Alex to Minecraft.
Yeah. Please let me talk
Oh,
about
Alex in Minecraft?
Please.
Sorry, I messed up. Okay, let me try it again. They added this is actually how
Mario.
every monkey podcast goes, by the way. I say like 10 different things and then I make a slate restart. That's a little bit of insider lore for.
But we can't restart on this.
Yeah.
We have to be ready to start.
We're ready to start. Oh my God, I get it.
Yeah.
I
So-
hope I didn't make people's
so-
ears hurt.
Steve is a character. I don't know.
Steve.
Yeah, there we go. Great job, King. Steve is a character I've never really thought about on Smash because every time in my mind I try to picture like how Steve would move like in Super Smash Bros. It felt so impossible to me. Like, no, if they try to give him more animation, it'd look weird. And if in the way he usually moves, this wouldn't look right in Smash. There's no way this could happen. We'll just do like a Mii costume and call it a day, probably. And then like it happened. And I looked at like, oh yeah, of course they. What was I expect? Of course they'd find a way to make it work.
Yeah, it's like I looked as soon as I saw Steve in Smash Brothers, I thought, well, this doesn't feel like a joke anymore. They
Yeah.
sure showed us.
Right.
Yeah.
It just in your mind every time I would try to think about how this would work, it just felt impossible to me. Like he's such a stiff character. All his like, you could make a moveset. The thing was never the moveset. It was more like the animation. Like, there's no way they could make that work. And it's like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
of course it works perfectly fine.
And even the moveset, like, I feel like most people would think, like, well, here he has a sword and a bow and arrow, and could use an axe.
I don't know why we ever thought that like Steve wouldn't work because like Mr. Game & Watch was there and
It's weird because there's so much evidence he would work, but my mind kept telling me like, oh, there's no way.
Like,
It happened, and it took 5 years.
Rose was right. Yeah. So along with that, a guy from a guy from Mojang, like one of the original dudes who worked on it, said, this discussion for Steve in Minecraft goes back 5 years.
oh my
Mhm.
God.
Does anyone think it's, like, adorable? Like, the little Minecraft creatures?
They
Like,
are.
the playable ones?
Oh, they're so cute.
I feel like I keep looking at... I feel like I see them as, like, children playing Minecraft.
Well,
And they just wandered in Smash Brothers.
it's funny you say that because I saw a really good post. Kind of talked about like how Smash kind of gave Steve a bit of a character, and the whole thing is like in the trailer when he sees Mario, he doesn't really react to Mario. He just kind of looks at him, then eats, and then walks away. The idea is kind of like Steve as a character in Smash, as a character. His personality is defined by he controls his own world and doesn't really think that much about anything around him, like how a real person would play Minecraft.
Yeah.
Steve is like a conduit for another person to experience Minecraft. But there's still a personality. It's just like kind of a deep embedded, like almost animal-like personality, I feel like. Like Steve reacts to things, to external stimuli, very organically,
Mhm.
very, very, very just animal-like.
I want to add that it's pretty interesting how this is because like Steve is such a blank slate. character, probably more than. Well, I don't know, but like it's pretty up there in terms of
Yeah.
characters that aren't really characters, but more just vessels for players.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
interesting how it kind of takes inspiration from not anything that's actually in the game, but just the way people like play it. Like in the trailer, like when he sees the creeper, he does a little hop and then runs away.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's just fun little things like where like
They-
if you're playing Minecraft and you're like if you're not on like a call with someone and you're just playing like non-verbally with someone, like the sort of mannerisms that you would do to communicate are there.
Anyone?
Even
Anyone
like,
else? Oh,
Oh, go on, Rosa.
even
There you
with
go.
the taunts, they really are based on like how you communicate online. Again, like they said,
Yeah, because
It's-
oh, go on. Sorry.
it's sort of like he really is playing on the fact that like he's being controlled by someone, huh?
Yeah, because his taunts are like just eating steak and like crouching over and over again.
God, that's so funny. Hey, did anyone else like? Did the music that they played in Steve's trailer like make anyone a little misty-eyed feeling or a
Oh,
little like?
it was
Oh,
great. I
yeah.
loved it.
That remix really hits you. Like I don't. It's not even like I believe it's a remix of a song from Minecraft Dungeons, but
Mm.
somehow it still hit me as like, oh yeah, this feels Minecrafty. This feels like that feels like something that's just from the game that I might have not noticed. But I don't know, something about that like that little lonely piano.
No, it got the vibe of like, because Minecraft's usual music is like very just atmospheric and stuff. So like it's like, oh, like you could just like put a Minecraft song in Smash, even though I thought that'd be hilarious if they did. I was hoping they do at least just one normal ass Minecraft song in Smash.
There
Uh-huh.
might be. I mean, do you think the stage will have like? I wonder how much music they're going to.
Well,
add.
they actually already. Did you not see? They already showed. It's 7
Oh, I
songs.
didn't.
It's like 7 songs, but they're all remixes.
Are they all from?
So that's my phone. Everybody calls me, and I don't know these people.
That's me calling C.
Yeah, there's 7 songs and they're all remixes, and I believe most of them actually are from Minecraft Dungeons, from what I saw.
That's funny. Is Minecraft Dungeons on where are all the platforms Minecraft Dungeons is on?
I assume it's just on everything, like Minecraft
Yeah.
is.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
My other thing about Steve is like, I've seen people kind of in denial, like no, like that he's not Smash worthy, and like that's a stupid thing because it's the biggest game
He's a
of all time.
cereal box children's character in my Pikachu game.
That's how people talk about Smash sometimes.
not
Honestly,
even a Pikachu game. It's a fucking Pichu game.
Yeah, it's my Pichu fights
Like,
Captain
like,
Crunch game.
but
Like-
the thing is, like, statistically speaking, like in terms of sales number, this is literally the biggest character they could have ever done. And it's like, where do you go from here?
Yeah, and like I feel like people sort of like, how can Steve get in, like do that? Because like I don't know, sort of just some weird cringe ass Nana game or something.
Smash. Here's the thing: a lot of people talk about like Smash characters and speculations, or like dudes in their late 20s, early 30s who think like Fall Guys cringe, Minecraft cringe, Among Us cringe, popular game, all popular game cringe. I hate games kids like cringe.
and they
Like-
should because they know everything.
You know how
Everybody knows that men and in their 20s and 30s they have the best intentions and the best opinions about video games.
I feel like the thing is, almost everyone I saw like genuinely upset about Steve was like a dude who's like pretty old. It's like, okay, well, get off your high horse. It's the fucking
Yeah.
Mario Yoshi fight game.
This isn't a PlayStation 4 character.
It's like, why don't you just stop playing video games?
he wanted to be.
I think I've talked about this so many times, but like Smash is so fun to talk about. But I think people, as fun as like I like to keep up like on leaks and rumors. I think it's just fun to like talk about it. But I also think
Mhm.
people who like dedicate their entire lives to this like Smash thing and like get genuinely angry about things, like, okay, well, at the end of the day, it's a game where Yoshi punches Pac-Man. It's okay, calm down.
Yoshi does a little kick attack where he waddles his little shoes around.
I don't know. I just think it's so weird how hostile and like serious people take Smash. Where it's like, oh look, they added fucking King K. Rool because he was a funny crocodile people wanted. It's never that deep.
Speaking of people being angry about video games and just like choices in those video games, the hostility I've been seeing towards the Glow Squid
Oh, hold on.
completely unacceptable.
Oh, we'll get there. I have a few more things I want to talk about related to Smash, but we will get there. I want to talk about the stage real fast because Smash has done like those like randomly generated stages before, but I feel like I don't like a lot of those. Like I think the Mario Maker stage is honestly kind of lame.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I really like how this one looks. I think this was one of the better ones they've
It
done.
sort of really knows what he's doing with the stage harmonization. It really knows how to capture the feel like Minecraft with just finding, just finding an area.
Yeah.
Works.
And the other thing I'm curious about is, I'm very curious because I don't follow competitive Smash, but I'm very curious where Steve is gonna land because it looks like he has a ton of stuff that's gonna be absolutely stupid to like use.
The thing with the blocks, like able to place blocks and like keep people from getting back on the stage, that's gonna be really funny. I just can't help but think that that's going to be a really funny thing to do to people, and there are going to be a lot of like top 10 Steve kills Smash Brothers.
The general vibe I'm getting is he's gonna come out and people are gonna really overhype how strong he is, and then no one's gonna be able to figure out how to play him, and then say he sucks, and then like a month later, people are gonna find like wizard tactics to use on this character, and everyone's gonna get really mad about how good he is again.
Yeah.
Are there any characters currently in Smash Brothers that people are like mad about? I don't keep up too much with
My friend says that competitive Smash players hate Luigi, which is really funny to me.
They should take Luigi out of the video game.
Character about that.
Because apparently Luigi has like a 0 to death combo that's really easy to do or something.
God.
Like we need more serial characters anyway.
Well, speaking of characters, my thought is like, because I said earlier, Steve is the biggest character ever, whether you like it or not. And it's like, in the realm of like big video game like
Chungus.
icons, like big, thanks, great joke, Steve, great fucking joke, Big Chungus, everyone laugh.
Can we get some LOLs in the chat?
But
Can we get some AOLs in the chat?
But oh my god, in the realm of like big video game icons, I don't even know who's like left on like that level. My only ones I could think of was because Crash is also very popular all over the world, and he was like the last of like the big platforming dudes. And then my other thought was just like a Valve character, like any of them.
Are we forgetting
the Tetris L block guys?
Thank you, Andre.
What about Mario?
Ah! Ah!
Rosa, Mario's already in the game.
I don't believe.
And someone in chat is saying Master Chief, and here's the thing: if Steve didn't get into Smash, I would have said Master Chief. But I feel like
Now you're doing the like. If Banjo didn't get in, then maybe Steve would have.
well, no, my thought because a lot of the reasons people speculate characters get into these passes is to like increase business relationships with the character they own. And now that they've done with Microsoft twice, I think there's a chance, but I feel like from like a business standpoint, like getting like good relationship with like more companies, they wouldn't want to do to another Microsoft dude. I guess is my thought.
What if they did a Nintendo character?
No, they never. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's no Nintendo characters in Smash. Get out of here.
There's already Nintendo characters. Don't be ridiculous. Why would
There's
they put another
no-
one?
No, they never. This is not. This is. I want my PlayStation 5 playable
put-
PlayStation man.
They could put Gerbert in there.
Why? I'm
Oh, they'd like recreate the Gerbert set for the trailer.
Shut the
Yeah,
fuck
and
up.
and he would look exactly like the puppet. Like, and Sakurai would be like, "Doesn't he look good?"
Oh,
That's
I want to
And the
talk.
trailer will show Gerber killing Palutena.
Yeah.
I want to.
I hate God.
I had an
Oh
idea.
my god!
I had an idea for like a Crash trailer. Like they do it like the video game awards, and like it'd just be the dude in the Crash suit who's always at things like, "Hey guys, it's Crash." He's like wearing the suit, and he's just talking about shit. And then like the Mario and Sonic mascot costumes like walk on stage and just start beating the shit out of him.
That'd be really good.
No, they
should do
tried
that.
to, but he spins.
Ooh, good idea.
I think he should fall over like really pathetically.
I think they should put a Super Nintendo in Smash Brothers.
Ooh, good idea. They should just put consoles in like Nintendo 64 joins the fray.
Yeah, it's just like it's like GameCube, Nintendo 64, and they're like ice climbers. And
God.
they have like dual moves where like one of them is a move where like it should like a little TV pops up, out of hammer space because it's a funny video game. Duck
What is
Dog.
What is this game explain discussion concept? Like,
Duck
oh, that'd
Dog
be pretty
has
cool,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, it would be pretty cool.
I love those Game Explain videos where like where like somebody will like pitch like a 5-layered like Smash concept, and then Andre just like, yeah, that's pretty cool.
He's just like, oh, they're cool.
would be cool. Wow.
All right, so we got our
Yeah,
first
wow.
look at GameCube and
Wait,
Nintendo 64.
I got it. I know who they're gonna add in next.
Ooh.
They go in, and then you hear the thing. Dun, 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 dun.
Are you
Oh
on?
my
Hey
god.
guys, Andre here in Smash. Whoa, this is epic.
For his final Smash, he calls on his 2 new employees. That's news.
Dude, hold on. I want to make one more Smash Bros. Joke before we move on to anything else.
Okay.
Okay.
Hero was for the Japanese fans. Banjo was for the American fans. And Steve from Minecraft was for the Reddit cringe babies. And then Joker was for everyone!
Woo!
Most loved Smash character.
Mr. Worldwide Joker, the most impressively reaching character in all of Smash Brothers.
I have a really big brain, and Persona's the best video game with no problems.
Alright, Gert, do you want to talk about Minecraft now, the update? Because I feel like you
I
have a lot to say
do.
about this.
I have a whole lot to say about the Minecraft
There we
update.
go.
So, we'll start off from the very beginning where they did the mob vote. They've been talking about that for a long time, and we
Yeah.
had a choice between the Moobloom, a wonderful option, the Glow Squid, also a wonderful option, and the stupid bullshit Isolager. And the one that won, of course, was the squid because it's a cute little funny squid.
Of
And there are
course.
so many people who are so angry that the Isolager didn't make it in. They're seething, they're foaming at the mouth. They're just so mad that we didn't get another mob that like attacks you. And they've always been they bring up they bring up the argument of like, oh, the glow squid, it doesn't do anything, it doesn't even glow, and it's like, I don't know how they know that already. I mean, it might not glow, but I don't like the idea of a mob or just a thing like a creature in a video game needing to be like aggressive for it to be considered something that does something, like for it to be like a functional like part of the game. Like, can we not just have them in there?
Yeah, I feel like, to me, I haven't played Minecraft in a bit. I always play Minecraft like in chunks. Like I'll not play it for like 6 months and then play it for like 2 months straight. I feel like a lot of the fun for me in Minecraft is just that things sometimes just kind of exist. I think that's a very
Yeah.
fun thing.
My favorite thing about Minecraft is how scattered the like different sort of creatures and enemies are in it.
Mhm.
Like for the longest time, what were the things in Minecraft? It was like 3 Halloween decorations, a weird like monster that's like green and like has a scary face. And then like they're like, all right, we added ocelots. Not cats, they added ocelots for a while. And then there's all right. Ocelot.
Bro,
You're a strong man, solid snake.
No, I was making an Alka-Files joke.
I'm sorry. I only know
Agent P.
Revolver Ocelot.
Agent
But-
P, you have to step on those ugly bugs. I don't want to see them anymore in any episodes.
No!
Still talking about those bugs from Phineas. and
Don't get
Ferb.
us started. Keep talking about
No,
Minecraft. Go,
okay.
go, go, go.
I will. I'll keep talking. So, the thing I like about Minecraft is like the weird variety of like mobs that seem to not really have much of a connection at all to each other,
Mm-hmm.
and it's been that way for a long time. I feel like it's just now kind of like they're adding like little bits to sort of make everything feel a bit more I guess cohesive together.
It's very funny because I've been aware of Minecraft since it's first year. Like I haven't played it since its first year, but I've been aware, and I very much remember like how simple the game was early on. And it's very funny. Like every time I come back to Minecraft after a bit, I feel like there's like a million new things. I'm like always like, what? When did this happen?
Yeah, it's just like you play the game and it's like, oh, they added stinkers. If you go down into this cave, then the stinker's gonna get you.
Stinkers.
They
Alright,
actually
guys, I'm gonna be playing this game. I haven't played this game in a few years.
What's going on? Whoa!
What is up?
The stinkers.
The guy in the Discord's like,
Haha, you gotta watch out for the stinkers, bro.
stinkers. This isn't. What is this Minecraft? I didn't grow up on this.
I remember when like the coolest thing in Minecraft you could do was like build like a waterfall to like make like an alien ship like abducting you type thing. Like that was the single coolest thing in Minecraft was that at the time.
The coolest thing in Minecraft back in the day was you could put a door on the side of like a cliff, and you could build your house on the side inside a cliff.
And now it's like, oh, you can build like 5-layered contraptions.
It's just like if any, there's this I watch a lot of Minecraft videos. I probably watch more Minecraft videos than I actually play the game. I definitely do.
same.
And there's this one server of people that I like follow. There's the Psycraft server, and these people, they make machines and things that just like destroy the land, and like they made like a big quarry like out of pistons and stuff, and it like
Yeah.
it mined their entire like an entire mesa biome. They just took it, and that's just like that's what Minecraft is now. It's just about like making ridiculous machines that scorch the earth
Yeah.
and give you a bunch of blocks.
Yeah, I actually remember watching videos on it, and then saying like they sort of just created like flying Minecraft vehicles, and then started using it in warfare.
Yeah, like the flying machines.
Yes.
Also, oh god, that's another thing that I'd like to talk about. Is the fact that Minecraft machines are so incredibly weird, and like I feel like with this next update, they're really leaning into that because they added a redstone block. It's like wireless redstone, but it's like a weird fucking like growth that you find in the deep dark of the caves, and it's just like it like growls, and it's a redstone component. And it's like Minecraft just has machines made out of slime and rocks.
Yeah,
Minecraft is such a neat game, isn't it?
it's very wild. Like you'd be surprised the amount of warfare that they sort of created as a result.
I see a lot of older people often confused why Minecraft got so big. I just think there's something about it. I don't know, because like I feel like Minecraft can be as simple or as complex as you want it to be.
Mm-hmm. I feel like the more stuff that they add into Minecraft, like, it really doesn't break anything or make it feel like
Yeah,
wrong.
because like
It's just more options for different kinds of players.
every time
Yeah.
every time I take a break from it and come back, like they add new things. I don't have to change how I play. Still, it's like, oh, there's just new things I can stumble upon. The way I can play is still just the same way I always play if I want to.
Like Yeah, like they added horses. Oh, cool! Now we could travel faster and carry more stuff on the way.
They're pretty good about like adding nothing that's game changing forever, but like stuff that's like interesting still. I think.
This next update, though, is going to probably change it forever.
Hmm.
It's the first big one that like. It's the first really significant update, aside from the changes they made to the Nether. Those were pretty big, but them changing like the way the world generates, like the overworld is.
Oh wow.
That's like something I've really looking forward to, because I've just been so like, I still love the game, but the caves are just so boring.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So-
it's go-
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
go ahead.
No, go. You still have more to say. 'cause
no, please, you go
I
ahead.
was with like shit to another topic, but it sounds like you have more to say. Sorry.
Nah, that's okay.
Are you good?
I got distracted because we both
it's all
talked
good.
at the same time, and I wanted to do a Macintosh joke.
All right, do
Like,
your Macintosh joke.
Oh no, you please go ahead.
Oh no, I certainly insist you go first.
Oh no, you.
I couldn't possibly go.
Oh, but you must.
Oh, jeez, Louis. Okay, that's fucking
All
bad.
right.
Like the
Out of the system.
All right. So the thing I want to talk about is the other. So we talked about Smash. We talked about Minecraft, which are basically the same because they're both about Minecraft. The other big news that just happened today is they dropped a poster. They dropped a poster for We Baby Bears. Or is it just called Baby Bears?
I think it's Wee Baby Bears, isn't
Let
it?
me check. I think it's just Baby Bears.
We
Wee
baby bears.
Yeah,
Wee
it's,
Bears kids.
it's We Baby Bears, and so I was never super. The Baby Bear episodes were never particularly my favorite episodes of that show. To be honest, they're cute, but like I kind of preferred like the more slice of lifey older stuff they did.
yeah.
Right.
And I don't know. This is definitely skewed towards a younger audience for sure. I could tell by looking at the poster. It's like very different from like We Bare Bears.
I like these two little cat characters down there.
I should
I'm-
put a poster of this on screen. Hold on.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do that.
But,
Put the poster in a seat.
It's interesting because this got announced a while back. I think we've actually known this was coming for a bit, but it didn't get announced till today.
Well, they announced it like
Mhm.
a while back.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is like the first. I
like-
haven't even seen it. What I don't know. I don't know what this is.
This
Like, I
cover
don't know
looks
what
like
it looks
This cover reminds me of a Nintendo Switch title cover.
My God.
Because
Yeah.
it's so full of like, you know how like all of the new like first party Nintendo games, like they started doing this thing where like it's really full of like, there's just so much on the cover,
Yeah,
which
some
I'm really
big
really
art.
happy about it.
So,
But
from
yeah.
what I don't know if the original creator of this show is working on this one. I don't think he is. I know he moved on to like help people get into stuff. Like I think he was helping like storyboard artists is what he was doing. I don't think he's on this, but I don't know how much that matters because it seems very different in tone from what the original one was doing.
Why is there like a Steven Universe shirt on the logo?
Steven
That's-
Universe is in the box.
Maybe the Steven Universe is the box.
I don't know.
Box now.
It's weird.
I use my shape-shifting powers to turn into a
Uh,
box of pizza!
It's
Steven! Your pizza! You're a box of pizza, Steven!
What did you do to my baby?
Cards. He is simply resting in, I don't know, pizza form.
Hey, this looks like a good place to rest.
That's Pizza Steve.
Hey
That's that-
Uncle G here. What happened to Steven?
Which one, Uncle G? Me or Steven?
Oh, Pizza Steve, you know how I love your Steve-based humor, but I'm talking about Mr. Universe. And then Greg walks in like, somebody say my name?
Well, hey there, Stu.
Hey there,
Like the crowd
Stu.
cheers.
I hope you didn't turn into a box of pizza today.
And then he looks like there's like a beat, like it pauses for a second, and he looks down like, and it's like, oh no!
Yeah, he put his hands on his head and go, oh no! The famous Greg Distress that we all love.
He's like, well, I'm just gonna go wait in the car.
Don't worry, everyone. I know a totally cool dude who we can call to help us. And then Uncle Grandpa, like a hand from like off screen, like top of off screen, like comes down with a phone. He picks up like, Mordecai and Rigby, I need you.
What are they gonna do?
I don't know.
They bring a ladder. It's like the ones in their 40s, and like they bring a ladder. Like, well, we tried our best.
It's like the old. It's the old.
The 25
Morde-
years later, Mordecai and
Yeah,
Rigby?
yeah,
Yeah.
those ones.
Yeah, like they're like dad friends. You know,
Okay.
like they bring their ladder. Like, don't worry, I'll call Mordecai and Rigby with their ladder. And they come in like, nope, nothing can do. And they were waiting.
Oh, jeez, Mordo and Rigby, don't worry about it. I know you guys tried your best.
Dilly dilly.
Billy Dilly's Super Duper Subterranean Summer?
Yeah, he's there too.
Well, I forgot what he sounds. What does he sound like?
Oh, I'm Billy Dilly. I'm a funny character.
A Disney XD character.
I like how throughout
And then-
all this, like, you just have to imagine, like, a large group of characters, like, standing in a room, and at the center of this room is just, like, Steven as a pizza box.
More
And then
characters
H-
coming in. It's zoomed
then-
out like a Family Guy shot. It's flat.
And then here comes the conflict. AJ from the Endless Summers pilot here to eat another child.
AJ from the Endless Summers pilot?
Oh, good, I'm glad AJ's Endless Summers in the shot, too.
Wait a
He's here to
second.
eat another child.
AJ's
business.
Endless Summer?
Jeez, endless summer.
Oh, okay. Jesus.
I really-
When did that come out, like 5 years ago?
Yeah, that never came out. That was just, like, a pilot. I think it was a lot.
I didn't even know what you were talking about.
Can I
I
just
guess
say,
I am.
I really,
The true
I really like that absolutely none of us had anything to say about Wee Baby Bears, so we just shifted it to, like, a separate bit.
It's just a
I
poster.
literally. I
Thank you,
saw.
Wait,
I
wait.
saw. Oh, sorry.
I got one thing to say about the poster.
Yeah?
The cat down there looks like a pop and music character.
They finally
That
added...
cat does look like a pop and music character.
Yeah.
Kind of
I,
reminds me of Kirby, also.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm
Yeah,
thinking of
it's-
Kiki from Kirby.
it's weird,
know-
it's like, I don't have any, like, extreme angriness toward this, or, like, extreme excitement. It's like, oh, yeah, they're making a Baby Bear shows.
If anyone would like a Baby Bear show, they'll probably like this Baby Bear show.
It's like all I can
Also,
think to
like-
say.
I like how the art style looks like it's like, you know how you see like a manga version of like a Western show?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah.
It's a nice look.
Yeah,
It's colorful. It's it's got a lot of. There's a lot going on. It's very lifey. So
Yeah.
much life. Does anyone want me to read a story from Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark?
No!
No.
We're in the middle of a podcast!
It's
Y'all
gonna take
sure-
like 30 minutes, Gert. Come on.
No, it's only it's only a page.
But we
It's
got
called
one more news.
it's called Boo Man.
Wait, Rose Asling she wants to talk about.
Okay.
Yes, all right. So on other news, they announced Being Puppy Cat Season 2, Lacing in Space, coming to Netflix.
Like
Finally.
actually,
Yeah,
it's like actually coming.
yeah, it's actually coming to Netflix.
Oh wow!
Is-
I
is
remember.
the-
Wow. Yeah.
Is the
I-
first season coming too?
Second, I don't know about
Yeah.
the first season, but the second season.
So, Being Puppy Cat has had, like, a long history of, like, its distribution is always all over the place. Like,
Yeah.
originally it was a free on YouTube series, and they realized, fucking, YouTube does not support animation at all. This is not gonna work. So they had to, like, make it a paid thing. And then Season 2 got announced, and it went missing for a long-ass time. Like,
Yeah,
I
at least 3 years. 2.
I thought it was just kind of done, and
Yeah,
like
you know,
6 or so years later, I'm just like, wait, they made more of it?
yeah, because, I think Rosa told me this. It got showed, like, the Season 2 got showed at, like, a festival a while back, right?
Yeah, it did, and then they accidentally got leaked on Vimeo.
Yeah, and then it never got an official release. It was just shown at a festival, and then it just disappeared until like today. We're like, oh, Being Puppy Cat is coming to Netflix.
Neat.
Netflix.
Netflix.
I think above all else, I'm glad the show hopefully just has like a place to be now, and it's not gonna be all over the place anymore.
I hope so too, and hopefully they don't get treated like other animations have been treated by Netflix.
It's so funny. I've talked to this before. Like, we as like animation fans like hate stuff like Big Mouth, but then like when I go to work and talk to people, the shows they always like that are like adult language, like, oh, I love Big Mouth. Did you see the scene from Big Mouth?
Oh man, Big Mouth. It's so funny. I watched the first episode of that and no more of it several years back, and they sure did make those jokes about puberty.
It's just very
Ham and cheese.
It's very interesting to me because like what we as animation fans like is very different from like what the general public likes. Is like, you know, dudes in their 40s are like always angry about like Teen Titans Go, but then like that's like the most popular show ever with like kids, and that's why it's like 1 million episodes. And then like people like us really don't like Big Mouth, but like general people really like Big Mouth because, you know, funny epic celebrities joke puberty funny.
Oh, sorry about that.
I would say hello to Renee. Renee has showed up in the chat.
Oh, hello, Renee. So what we're talking about? My
Hi,
headphones
Renee.
stopped working for a bit.
What?
My headphones stopped working for a bit, so I missed what
Oh,
we
no.
were.
We're just talking about how like Netflix, like what we as animation fans like is very different from like what the general public is into.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Big Mouth.
to say it like this, like, it's very shocking to me that like Clone High has got a resurgence recently, because because I've said this before, that show is like so specific to like when it came out. Even when it came out, it was so damn specific because it is a animated parody that looks like the early 2000s, late 90s kind of like thick outline art style that is a parody of MTV dramas using historical figures. It is so like specific. Like most of the jokes the show makes probably make no sense to anyone who like right now.
Funny John F. Kennedy, get nothing happened to him.
I think the fact that it's just such an absurdly specific concept, and like the kind of jokes that come out of that are just, it's just such a crazy show. I think that might like be resonating with a lot of like, you know, the modern crowd.
So this is Julius Caesar, huh?
Oh, Ayara, I am so excited to join the fray in Super Smash Bros.
Oh.
Hi, Jeff Kennedy.
Oh, I really like Cleopatra. I'm Will Forte.
Oh, Ayara.
That's
Sorry, Abe. I saw this on Twitter the other day. I didn't notice it until someone points out. Every episode of that show, whenever they say a character's name for the first time, they always have to say their full name, like Cleopatra or Joan of Arc or like Abraham Lincoln, to like let the audience know what the joke of the show is.
Because it's so
that's
not obvious otherwise.
Oh, that's Abraham Lincoln. And then they just call him Abe.
I
Don't you run for city body president?
I didn't realize this. Like I like saw that and I watched the second episode real fast, and like Gandhi just calls Joan. He calls her Joan of Arc, like her full name, just for one scene. I'm like, wait, what?
What does Joan of Arc look like in that show?
I like a girl boss.
She looks like a she looks like a total Drama Island character.
I mean,
I'm gonna look at her.
look with your eyes.
But no, just back on Bee and Puppy Cat for a second. I'm glad that show has persisted, because I think almost everything else from that kind of like era, like what Frederator was trying to doing, kind of fucking like failed.
Yeah,
I don't
YouTube.
I don't think anyone was really that into Bravest Warriors, admittedly.
Not after the second season.
I feel like Bee and Puppy Cat was like the big obvious winner of like that kind of group of stuff that happened.
Yeah.
Honestly, even Bravest Warriors, I think, was pretty big. It came out at a good time, but they it went on a break for like
Yeah, it's true.
so long,
Mm.
and I don't even know where it is right now. Like,
It
I
was-
don't know where to watch it. if
I
want
think
to
I
watch it.
think they had the problem also that that kind of block of animation like it's a TV thing. They had a group of animation Frederator very much advertises like, whoa, this is the stuff you could do on TV, adult animation. They'd always use like that one clip of like the dude giving the middle finger in like Bravest Warriors, like it was the raunchiest thing ever.
Super efforts.
It's really like that's crazy.
And then like
He did what? He
you
did
watch
what?
you watch Bee and Puppy Cat and like it's like just like an easily aired Cartoon Network pretty much.
Yeah, like Bravest Warriors, be a Puppy Cat. They could be on Cartoon Network, except you'd have to like remove them saying like cleavage or the D word.
That's like the farthest they ever go. It's like barely like honestly like it's barely worse than like some things at Cartoon Network.
But like, again, what's still like being Puffy Cat? It's sort of just ended up resonating with like our generation.
No, I do think Beam Puppy Cat was the best of that kind of group. I think it's
I'm
the most
like
interesting.
glad after 7 years it's still around, and I hope we do get that season 3.
Is Bravest Warriors still around? Like, are they still making that? Or did-
I'm like looking into it now.
Yeah, no, they are. They definitely are. I haven't watched it in a while, but I do know that at some point they had to switch to like more like tween flashy
Oh, really?
animation. Yeah, which is like I could see why they'd have to do that because they ordered like a lot of episodes.
Mhm.
There are
and-
82 of them right now.
Yeah, so I imagine they just with like the level of animation they're doing, which is pretty close to TV quality, they probably could not keep doing that for the amount of episodes they wanted. I have no idea if the writing is as sharp. I mean, I remember enjoying it.
Are they
I-
like 5 episodes or 5 minutes long? Like
Yeah, they're like I think they're 11 minutes for the most
Well,
part.
at first they were 5 minutes. I think at some point maybe they got bumped up to 11, but I know like the flash animated ones are like half an hour, I think.
huh.
No, the Being Puppy Cats one. I know season 2 is looking like it has like an upgrade in animation.
Yeah. Beam Puppy Cat 2 had definitely got a bump in anime because it's
I
probably
feel like,
I imagine because it's their biggest thing, so they gave it a bit of a bump.
and like
Mhm.
again, longer production time
Mhm.
compared to everything else. Also, it looks like a Ghibli, or has that feel of a Ghibli.
The
Yeah.
reason I think the reason I thought Bravest Warriors stopped is because J.G. Quintel voiced like one of the main characters in that show, right?
No.
Was it? I
What are you
swear,
talking about?
not J. No, not J.G. Quintel. OKKO guy. I don't know why I said J.G.
Oh,
Quintel.
Ian Jones
Yeah.
Ian
Schwartz.
Jones Schwartzy?
Yes,
Yeah.
he voices one of the main
Chris
characters.
Wallow.
My thought was like, oh, would he have been too busy with OKKO to like a voice on this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he was.
I guess not. It's just a voice.
Yeah. It's me, Wallow. One day I'm gonna just watch the entirety of that show.
I also
Hey,
think
I'm Wallow.
I think that show also kind of suffered from like I think also when Adventure Time got more interesting, as silly as this sounds, I think interest in Bravest Warriors dropped as Adventure Time got more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't, as you know, you kind of can't remove them from each other because they're very similar looking shows, and as they're different in tone. But like, if you came to Bravest Warriors, it was probably because you knew Adventure Time.
Right.
Yeah. I think that's that's definitely why I found it.
It's the Milo
Yeah.
Murphy's Law effect.
Yeah.
Hey guys, hey guys, it's me, Milo Murphy.
Hey guys, it's me, Milo. I'm Milo Murphy. I'm Milo Murphy.
God, they were.
I-
Catbug did go viral for a bit. Like, it was a huge thing. And that was, like, the only thing they had. And then it dropped off and everyone stopped talking about it.
That pretty much put like Sam, whatever that kid's name is that voices him, like after he did Catbug, he started doing a lot more roles.
We should bring
Like, the
Catbug
voice-
back. Like, let's make
I'm Kappa.
Let's make memes of Catbug again. Like, everyone start posting about Catbug on Twitter right now. Post all his
What's-
funniest moments. Tweet about
Honestly,
him.
yeah. I approve. Post Catbug post your Catbug t-shirts. I'm wearing a Catbug t-shirt right now.
What?
Oh, wow, that's weird.
Well, it's funny you say that because I'm actually holding my Catbug official plush in my hand right now.
Oh yeah? Well, do you have a Catbug plush backpack?
Yeah, no, it's funny because that plush backpack is what I used to carry Catbug around, like my Catbug plushie, and I also put all my Catbug like posters in it.
Well, do you own a real-life Catbug that you created in a laboratory?
Oh,
Yeah,
It's really
you
funny you say that,
I
see.
got something.
yeah,
I got something that you don't have. All of you, none of you have a Kirby 64 sweatshirt.
Well, fuck, Russell won. Doesn't even
Yeah,
matter though,
sure,
because
maybe-
like I actually brought the teleporter to go into the Bravest Universe world and like bring Catbug out of it.
We have
Oh.
one mission. Go into the universe where Catbug lives actually. Take Catbug and turn him into merchandise.
They actually did that. Like, if you look behind the scenes, they actually found a real creature and like tortured it and made it become merchandise.
If you it's really funny if you actually look closely, you can see that that's not an animation cell. That's a real creature. We flattened them out.
It's
and
actually
put them-
procedurally generated.
It's all
if you look closely.
procedurally generated.
If you look at all these creatures here, you see, it's all user created, procedurally generated animation.
I
It's all
fucking
user
hate
created.
This is our main guy here. You can actually put the grasper on the tail.
Oh, wow.
I'm like the E3 audience.
Yeah, it's just like, and everybody, and then like something fun. It's just like, but you gotta be careful sometimes because other creatures they don't like it when you get in their business, and then like a creature like no wait, hold on. It's just like, all right, so now it's time to upgrade our creature, and how do we do that? Mating dance, and then everybody's just like.
I fucking-
Oh,
I
you
hate,
know, 'cause-
I hate this
Everyone-
bit. I fucking hate this Catbug government ray tracing E3 presentation bit.
How did we go from Catbug to Spore?
You were just the way you're talking about the little Catbug cell, it made me think of the Will Wright thing, because I know, like, me and Gert are, like, the only people who can, like, recall so many parts from the E3 2005 presentation of Spore, hosted by Will Wright.
Or see, were you a Will Wright? Were you a Spore kid? Did you like?
Oh, yeah,
get
I was a Will
really
Wright winger. I was a Will Wright winger all the way.
Shut the
Will
fuck
Wright?
up! Oh my god!
That's... Oh man, we're not insane.
No, yeah, this is real. Look up E3 2005 Spore Will Wright showcase
It
where he's
looked
like
really
showing the cell stage.
good. The cell stage
There's a
looked
water
really-
stage.
Yeah, there's a water stage, and like they use like the default like their little like creature that they make, and that creature doesn't appear. Fun fact: that creature doesn't appear as a default creature in Spore. You cannot use that creature. That's Will Wright's creature. He didn't put it in the game. He don't want nobody to hurt it.
I think you can make it.
Catbug!
Well, you can probably make it, but like you can make it, but Maxis didn't make it. You know, like Maxis.
I found it. I found Tripod Nuevo.
It's not in the.
it's a little-
It's not in the database. Don't listen to Seep.
No. It's just it doesn't have the grasper.
Why doesn't it have
That's
the
the
grasper
problem.
on its fucking? It's got.
You know,
Look
What
at
the
this.
fuck is that? That's not him.
That's Tripod Nuevo.
No.
English.
Mm-mm.
I believe
Yeah.
it.
That's not the one that I know.
Why are you doing a visual joke that no one can
I'm not
see?
doing a joke. I'm trying to show Gert. See, this is
It's
the proto
Yoshi.
one.
Uh,
And this is
God.
the modern one.
I have to
It's
put this
Yoshi.
on screen.
They made the I love us talking about pictures of a creature
Yes!
from an E3 presentation
Well,
that no one watched.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Put tripod up on the stream. Yeah, there he is. Put the other. No, that's not him though. That's like
It's Yoshi.
that's Yoshi.
That's
It's
the one
Yoshi.
they put in the game. This is the one they put in like the final version of Spore.
I bet Yoshi's feet look like that.
Oh my god!
No, they do. There's that picture where he's like has the boo boo on his feet. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
Let me see Yoshi
Let's
feet.
let's do
Google
another
image.
visual joke, right?
Oh my god!
Alright, look at Yoshi's feet.
Guys, come on. Can we get back on topic?
Okay.
What topic? What were we talking about? We were talking about the two new members of Game Explain, Chris and Joey.
No, we weren't. We were talking
I'm
about.
allowed to go to the bathroom.
We were talking about adult. We were talking about Bean Puppy Cat coming back, and then the talked about what other shows on like that block. There was Bean Puppy Cat. There was Bravest Warriors.
There was a bunch of like shorts and pilots mostly, I think. Like
There
there
was,
was
like,
Rocket Dog.
Rocket.
Yeah, Rocket Dog.
Okay, what was it? Because it was called like it was Cartoon Hangover. What did they have? There was Bravest Warriors. There was Super Fuckers. There was Hunkover with Cade, Bean Puppy Cat. I've heard of like 2 of these.
What was Super Fuckers? I
That was just
remember
a-
that
that was-
name.
It's a it was just a like a short. I think it's based on a comic by this guy named James Kacholka. He's like, "Hi, I'm James Kacholka. I hope you like my funny video." And it has like 100,000 dislikes.
You're telling me
Is
it
it-
was you're telling me it's called Super Fuckers? That's raunchy.
Yeah.
That's what the pizza guy uses for his podcast. He uses like the theme song from that.
All right, we should use the Bravest Warriors theme song for ours now.
Okay. Bravest Warrior.
People tune in like, oh man, I can't remember talking about Bravest Warriors. We talk about like Arlo fully submerged in water instead.
I feel like we talked about Arlo for maybe like 10 seconds.
Let's talk about Gerbert.
Hi everybody. I'm Gerbert, and I'm excited to announce my brand new home video releasing this October. Gerbert, I'm scared of God on Halloween.
Who are you? Who are you, Gerbert? Who are you gonna be for Halloween? I'm God.
Gerber has killed God.
This costume represents my feelings towards our false idol.
I wanted to say because just back on rerailing ourselves for a bit. We were talking about We Baby Bears earlier, and that got me kind of thinking like, what is like Cartoon Network's like big show right now? I guess because it's Teen Titans Go obviously, but like.
Their next Gravity Falls.
Yeah, I guess like that. Like, what is like what is their like current Steven? Because they don't really have like a big like Steven Universe Gravity Falls type show anymore.
I think they've been kind of I feel like they've been sort of shifting more towards things for sort of younger audiences.
Yeah,
And HBO Max is probably, if they do more stuff like that, is where we'll see things like Steven Universe or like Infinity Train.
yeah. I have a feeling HBO Max is probably gonna swoop up a lot of those more story based shows, and then Cartoon Network's gonna get stuff like We Baby Bears probably.
Mm-hmm.
They're owned by the same people, aren't they?
Yeah,
Time Warner or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's probably. But I think HBO Max probably get the story based stuff just because story based shows are better for streaming services.
Mm-hmm. So you can actually like know when they're out, and you're not gonna like,
Mm.
oh, I missed that premiere. I guess I'm not watching that.
Because that's something I've thought about. Because like we watched like one episode of Darkwing Duck earlier before we watched the movie. I was watching with some friends, just like take a break from college stuff, and it's interesting because Disney's always done 22 minutes for the most part. Like they've always done 22-minute shows. Because Darkwing Duck was 22 minutes, and so was like most of their stuff. Because Disney's always been very into like characters and stories compared to Cartoon Network and like Nick, which have mostly done 11. And even now, like all of Disney stuff is pretty much 22 minutes. Owl House is 22. Amphibia is 22, DuckTales is 22. And even like now, Cartoon Network still mostly has 11 for like their more story-based stuff, which I think is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the 11-minute like runtime for Steven Universe sometimes didn't work in its favor. Like they usually manage to make it work, but it's definitely like I feel like they could have benefited from having a bit more time.
I definitely think the problem is as like more 22-minute story-based shows came out, like DuckTales has like 22 minutes, and like Owl House at 22 minutes and all that. You kind of saw like, oh, Steven Universe probably could have really benefited from more 22 minutes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right now I think, I was talking about this earlier on like Twitter.com,
Yeah.
but like, and this is also this is some news.
Hmm?
Gumball is kind of still like a big show for them.
Yeah.
Though they stopped ordering episodes, they still like act like it's ongoing, which is really interesting because you don't see that a lot with Cartoon Network shows.
Because they're doing that.
Yeah,
They're doing that second because they did like a clip show thing already. Now they're doing like a second one, right?
Yeah, for Halloween.
usually Gumball is like it's usually in like the Cartoon Network like bumpers in some way.
Yeah.
And you're right,
Right.
that is strange because they just kind of like I didn't even know Adventure Time was still on Cartoon Network like while it was like going because they were so like bad about telling people that it was like going to air like a new episode.
I mean, like, I
Mhm.
think the most famous of that examples, I'm pretty sure the regular show finale was just, like, pasted in during, like, in the middle of a Teen Titans Go marathon.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I remember people were pretty upset about that. Like, I remember that day, like, oh, look at the schedule for today, and it was like all like the big yellow Teen Titans Go. like,
They
blocks.
kind of happened with OKKO too. They kind of just said, "Okay, it's over now. Bye."
Yeah, and then like Chowder. I remember like when Chowder ended, it was just kind of like, oh wait, that was the last episode, and then Chowder just kind of stopped being on the schedule.
Steven
Chowder-
That
Universe,
much.
Steven Universe and Adventure Time are like the only two recent shows I can think of that like actually got like advertised for the finale, pretty much.
Yeah.
Chowder, like, it just the final episode of Chowder, and maybe even the last like few seasons of Chowder were not very great.
You think so?
You're getting on this
Yeah.
horse again. You're talking about this on the Monkey Show.
I have talked about this on the Monkey Show before, and I guess I shouldn't bring it up now, but I'll just say that it feels like they relied a lot more on like making you feel awful.
What?
Because a lot of the later seasons of Chowder really had like an emphasis on meanness, on being cruel, on
Oh,
cruelty.
great. Another Schnitzel torture episode.
Yeah, it's like oh man, this episode, what's gonna happen? Schnitzel's going to like he won't be all he's like all right. So here's the deal, Schnitzel, he gets hurt real bad.
Well, it's funny. I think that happens a lot of like comedy, like based cartoons. Like as they go on, the joke becomes increasingly how much more miserable can we make this? And like,
It happened with Flapjack too.
obviously the big one's SpongeBob. A lot of like those middle season SpongeBob episodes, just how miserable could everything be?
How can we make these characters that people have like? How can we find new and interesting ways to just hurt them?
Mm-hmm.
My
How
mind
can
also,
we capture that first time we destroyed Squidward?
my mind also goes to like the fucking episode of The Simpsons where Maud Flanders dies, and it's like not funny or dramatic. It's just really miserable to watch.
I
Yeah.
watched the episode where Maud died recently, and yeah, it just kind of hit me like I had been waiting for it, right? Because of
Mhm.
course that's why I was watching The Simpsons. I was wanting to see the episode where Maud dies, and yeah, she died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's that's it. I'm going to Itchy and Scratchy Land.
The Itchy and Scratchy movie.
It's the episode's so weird because like I don't know. There's something, I get like Simpsons a comedy show, but it is weird to kill like who was like a pretty decently major character off in a way that's like mostly played up as a joke.
Yeah, I think that just I was telling you about this, Ryan, like it probably plays into how the reason they got rid of her wasn't because like usually like if like an actor dies on the show and they retire the character, like usually they don't have like a this character dies episode, but like
Yeah.
It'll just be implied off screen, and they have like a nice little tribute. Like they did that with Miss Kerbal.
Yeah, I like the Miss Kerbopple thing was very nice.
Didn't she just like stop teaching or something, and like she like just went to do something like that she
I think she
actually
died.
liked?
No, she died in the show because there's an episode. There's a part in one of the episodes at the end. Flanders like sits down, like remembers her, and like he goes like, "Ha ha, I miss her too." It's a very cute little scene.
Uh-huh. But yeah, with Maud, it was just like some voice actress. She wants to get paid more than her contract with Fox says. So like, it wasn't really. They were just kind of like, oh, what if we killed her since we can't have her actress anymore? And so like, they just kind of did it, and it was like, it didn't it wasn't really treated with much weight.
Oh yeah, it wasn't. Not at
Yeah.
all.
I was watching it with a friend once, I remember, and like as we were watching it, she turned to me, and she's like, "Isn't this kind of like messed up?"
I think
Yeah.
a lot of Simpsons episodes of like that particular era didn't really fully grasp the weight. Like when like the Principal Skinner episode where it's like, oh, he's not actually Principal Skinner, and now you have to live with that forever.
I do like the joke at the very end of the not Principal Skinner episode.
They
Where they're just like, nobody mentions it, or else the punishment is like you get fucking like killed. like the like if you mention the Principal Skinner is like some other guy, then that's just it for you.
Mhm.
Alright,
Maybe that's what Mod did.
I guess to shift
Yeah.
real fast. Did anyone watch or play anything new this week?
Yes.
Oh, Rosa, what'd you do?
So I have 3 things. I'll
Okay.
start with the shortest and end with the longest.
Okay.
So I played Super Mario 35.
Oh, I played that too. What were your thoughts on it?
I was surprised to experience how fun it was and how much easier it is to grasp than like Tetris. Because with Tetris, there's like a lot of complex moves and strategy you have to do. But with this, you sort of get the strategy. You know, it's like if you kill the enemies, you get more time, and you send them to whoever. And if you grind more coins, you get to use random items and could get something good out of it. And like with the fact that like you have to go to levels to kill certain enemies to make it harder for your opponents really adds like the layer and incentive to like play around with like the warp zone, trying to get like Bowser to come up and then just kill him just so you can fuck someone else over and hope that feeds back into you. And you have to be like the most prepared you can be for when the Bowser comes up just to take out a foe.
I really like the concept of it, but the problem is, and call me like a fake gamer for this, I kind of don't like the first Mario Bros. That much.
Like, I get that, because like it controls so badly, and it has like deaths that sort of result in like the controls not being good.
Yeah, I don't like the physics of the first Mario Bros. That much.
The first
Yeah,
Mario
it was-
Bros.
Yes.
Yes, Gert?
is stanky.
Oh, I think it's, there is that stink to it. I think they did like, I don't know, maybe this is my brain, but I feel like they did change like some things about it. Like
Yeah.
bouncing
Yeah.
off of enemies is easier, and I think jumps are a little more easy to handle because you couldn't really change your direction midair that much
Mm-hmm.
in the original game. But I think it's like it's a very basic and simple, not much going on Mario game.
Yeah.
But I think the things that they've added to it with like this layer, there's like an extra layer of like, what enemies you'll be facing and like that you have these items that you can pay for. I think it, for me personally, I think it makes it interesting enough to where, it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Now, if this was Super Mario 3 35, I'd be all over it.
Oh, that would have added like some more layers because of the variety of enemy types.
Yeah.
Do you think they'll do that?
I almost want to say, because like I think the fact they're removing this in a few months is stupid as shit.
Mm-hmm.
But
I've seen people say that they think that could be because they're going to do something more with it later.
I hope the thing is like they're setting up a base with it right now, and then are gonna do more with it later. Like, oh, this is season 1. It's gonna be Mario Bros. 1, and like season 2 will be like Mario 2 or 3 or something.
Unless they add it to like Super Mario Maker.
Yeah, I think it's dumb. I think everyone shares the opinion that all these fucking things Nintendo does, like, oh, this will be available till now and then it goes away forever, is really fucking stupid.
I really dislike how Nintendo just like they like give their games such like a false sense of value. Like they're still good games, you know, but
Yeah.
like they shouldn't be selling fucking Mario collection for like 60 something dollars. Like 40 would have been reasonable, and it should just be available all the time.
Yeah, it sucks because Nintendo's like put themselves on such a position that no other game company can or do, where they're the only people who could justify like oh, it's Mario, so like even this game's like 1 jillion years old, we could still like fully price it, and then people will say, no, that's fair. And like,
yeah, people would just be like, Mario 64, yeah, that's a game that's yeah, that's a game that's not crusty at all. And
if like
yeah,
Crash or like
$60.
Spyro tried to like do that, people would like be outraged, and it's just the Mario like fact that Mario does it makes it okay all of a sudden.
Yeah.
It's
It's got that
he's
too big to fail factor.
He's got that big smile. He's just looking at you, and you just can't do nothing about it. Like it's just
Like,
Mario, you know.
I saved the video game industry. Woohoo!
Woohoo! It's a me.
Get it before it goes to the Nintendo vault.
That used to scare me so much as a kid when they used
Like
to
the
say
CGI
like,
graphic of the Disney Vault.
yeah,
like,
I used to look at it and I was like, what? I can't watch that ever again?
It's just
Like,
a Super Wario. That's the world that Wario and Waluigi break into.
Oh my god.
Wah, we're gonna steal Cinderella.
So Rosa, you said
I
you
talked about that
you s-
Wario Heist Brothers video.
Yes.
Rosa, you said that you had something else you did this week. You did.
Also been watching Kira Kira a la mode.
You have.
I have.
Ooh.
It's so fun.
So
It's like
God, yeah.
it's like honestly like, very like, oh, there's some stuff here that like, yeah, this is marketed like place for kids, but like that's fine. It's so like a fun time, and I like how funny some of the characters are, and they also
Kira-
like how like, sorry,
Oh no, you're talking still.
oh yeah, like how Kira and like what was her name? Cat. What was the cat's name again?
That's Yukari. You
Yukari.
talking about?
Yeah, Kira Yukari. I saw her just like being gay on that side all the time.
Oh, they're very funny. They're always just like off in the corner, just like it's very fun because they're just always off in the corner, just like next to each other.
Just being flirty.
I've only seen a few episodes of Pretty Cure. I've seen Star Twinkle Pretty Cure, and I like that show. I've just seen like just the episodes that I've seen are just very fun and colorful, and it's just like not much to think about. It's just nice.
As
And I
someone,
appreciate shows like that.
as someone who's been around the block with baby anime kid shows, I could attest that Precure is one of the better ones.
Yeah, and
Sure.
it's like actually pretty funny sometimes too, that's nice.
Yeah.
Kira is one of the lighter ones. There are actually a few more intense Precure ones. Kira is definitely one of the lighter ones because, like, I know like a rule for that season, so they couldn't do hand-on-hand combat for some reason. So they have like whipped cream weapons.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's another thing that I enjoy about Precure is that they just fucking punch guys most of the time. Like they just punch. They just punch.
Yeah, this one, I think only one character sort of just punched a villain, and that was like Iowa, where she just had like her ice fist.
Yeah, they gave her ice fist, so she could still punch.
Yeah,
Kira Precure is also notable for having the best ending theme in any show ever.
Yeah, like especially in the second one. That one just is really good and fun to watch. But yeah, that's all I have to say. It's a good show, fun time.
If you ever want a light fun watch, people on twitchtv.com listening right now, I would say Kira Kira and Star Twinkle and Smile Precure are very simple, nice watches.
Mm. And here's one thing I saw with a friend the other day. It was called Being John Malkovich.
The
What?
movie.
Yes. It is
I-
such a surreal watch.
Would you recommend it? I'm gonna watch it right now.
Not 100%. Because I also had like some disclaimer before like going into it if you're interested. But like it's such a surreal movie. Because like it feels like when it starts, it feels like some weird bit. It's sort of like about this like puppeteer trying to find his place, trying to get like fame and whatever. Like his wife is like a veterinarian and she has a bunch of animals in her house, like a dog, a parrot, a chimp,
Ooh.
and like that
Monkey?
the chimp apparently has a shrink, and that aspect sort of plays later in the movie. But like the guy's sort of like just being a puppeteer, but like for more how you say artistic. Like it is just very intricate puppets. Like when he's like outside, he does this thing where like these two puppets are like longing for each other sexually, and like the child is like, "Oh,
What?
puppet show!" Yeah, yeah. It's like as heavy. Like these are like two puppets, like a priest and a priestess or something, longing for each other.
So like he's not a puppeteer, he's a marionetter.
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
He spins tails.
Yes. And it's like this girl's just watching and then seeing this like very intense adult teen puppet show, and then the father sees what's going on and then punches the guy in the face. And I'm like that guy deserves it. But like it's like oh no, he ends up getting a job in the building at the 7.5 floor.
And, oh, so it's like I think I saw a trailer for that. Isn't it like a floor that was built on the space in between like floors?
Yes.
That's like this. Hold on, Wayside School made that same exact joke. I'm pretty sure.
I guess. It just says this. It's like just a low ceiling and everyone's like slouching over. It just feels like some sort of weird bit in like an Eric Andre show or Tim and Eric, and they just like this secretary who doesn't understand what you're saying, and then the guy just sort of walks into the bar and is like, "So you're here for the job?" And then the guy sort of just starts talking about how he wants. Talks about his longing for the secretary, and it's just sort of wild, so awkward. It's so weird.
So awkward.
So
But I guess
Oh, go on.
so. I guess getting to the meat of it, while he was working, he dropped a filing paper behind the cabinet. He pulls it out, and he finds a secret door.
Okay.
Like the
He
Coraline
goes
door.
in- Yes, he goes inside. He gets sucked in, and he pops out in the mind of John Malkovich.
Who is a real actor.
Yes, he is a character in this movie, and he's in the mind of John Malkovich.
Little Coraline, little Donnie Darko, a little weird.
Yeah.
Back up a song about Coraline. He's a friend of mine. He's the sweetest one. And the eyes everyone.
So for 15 minutes, he can be John Malkovich. Be inside John Malkovich, feel what he feels and see what he sees.
I
And
like
he
this
wants-
comment in chat. Rosa, what are you talking about?
Does he control John Malkovich, or does he only like get to feel and experience John Malkovich?
in the beginning, yes, but he does end up controlling him because it's sort of just one part of this big thing this all has, where like, yeah, that's just happened. It just happened. It's like the old man just saying, "Oh, you see, I'm 150. I'm actually this is the second vessel I take into." It's sort of a lot.
Man, I can't wait to see the Pickle movie. Seth MacFarlane?
Seth MacFarlane?
That's
Seth
not
MacFarlane?
him. Sorry,
The
I meant
Pickle
Seth
movie.
Green. Oh shoot, not Seth Green.
'cause he's a big old pickle. Oh, Seth Rogen.
Yeah, Seth Rogen. Yeah.
I
that-
was in the pickle brine for 800 years.
Yeah,
I don't understand anything anymore.
Ralph, you were in the pickle brine. Ralph, you were in the pickle brine for 500 years, Ralph. Your body was completely preserved.
Vanellope, how are you still around? Oh, why are you so old?
Ralph, it's been so long. I waited here. I waited next to the pickle brine with you.
Wow,
for
that's
you.
just like the episode of Futurama. You're like the little dog.
Yes, I'm the little dog from Futurama. I waited for you, but I didn't die. I didn't die, Ralph. I'm still alive.
Wait, hold on. This bit is flawed because Vanellope literally can't age. She's a video game character.
No,
No.
she's old.
This is after Wreck-It Ralph 5, where they go to the real world.
Were they good in the real world?
Vanellope, I have to tell you, I want a real body. I want to be human. I want meat.
I know how it's gonna go. Ralph and Vanellope are gonna get transported to the real world. Then they go to a business firm to help someone who wants to make an advertising agency, and they make a thing called Ralph Moon. And then the old dude, the advertising agency guy goes, "I don't want a bunch of little people running around."
And then his pregnant wife comes in the room.
I do this fucking Smurfs bit once a podcast now.
It's a podcast, always a podcast. Oh.
oh no,
Chipwreck.
being John Malkovich is such a surreal time.
Yeah, would you recommend being John Malkovich? I mean, I like being Steve, honestly, so.
Depends. Do you really want to be John Malkovich?
Well, you see,
Beta Georgie's onto us. And then the
It's
So-
too late to be John Malkovich. His
I-
vessel has already been taken.
I have not had time to do literally anything this week because it's been my week of I'm back at work and I have 2 college classes going on. So the only thing I've been able to do this week when I'm not doing either of those is I watched the cutscenes from Crash 4.
Bandicoot, we are in a new video game.
I gotta say, the way those cutscenes animate is like amazing, and I'm always blown away every time I watch them.
Mm-hmm.
They really,
Yeah.
it's one of those games like I look at them like video games could just look like this now. They could just do that.
They could just look like Disney animation Pixar.
and looks like a walking Pixar movie.
Have y'all seen Final Fantasy VII remake? That's a pretty game.
I remember watching like
Yeah.
trailers for Kingdom Hearts like 3 and be like, what the fuck? They could just do this?
They
Just
can
like,
make Toy Story
"Ah!"
3 in engine.
Man, I really enjoyed seeing in the like earlier trailers of Kingdom Hearts 3, like that one room with all the balls in it. And that was like the most impressive thing to me that I saw.
People were really hyped when they saw that Kingdom Hearts was able to recreate the whitest movie ever.
Yeah.
Frozen.
No,
Yeah, it's pretty white.
I'll say this too about Crash 4. I haven't played it yet, so I can talk about gameplay. I think the way that game like recontextualizes and like makes new roles for characters is very cool. I think a lot of times when like reboots and like big things like want to include like a character from a previous things, they sometimes will just throw the character in kind of haphazard. Like, look, it's them. Look at it's Dingo Dial. Clap. But I like what Crash 4 does.
Oh look, it's
It's
Mario.
Like if a character's in the game, there's a pretty like good role or solid role for like, oh, Dingo Dial is like not a villain anymore, he's retired, and he opened like a restaurant, and now he just hangs out with Crash because it was just like a job for him to like be a boss. I think that's funny.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right.
What about you? What about you, Seaberger? Did you watch or play anything this week?
I've been playing a lot of Noita, the Falling Sand roguelike.
Okay.
Roguelikes are a game series. Hold on, let me look up what a roguelike is.
Rogue the Bat.
Nice one.
I'm a jewel hunter. I
Oh.
hunt jewels.
Hi, pause.
What? I thought you were gonna say Todd, and then like Todd from BoJack would be like, "Whoa, it's a talking bat. That's not
Okay,
weird for me."
So if y'all aren't familiar, roguelike is a subgenre of role-playing video games characterized by a dungeon crawl through procedurally generated levels, turn-based gameplay, tilt-based graphics, and permanent
Okay.
deaths of the player character. So I've been oh man. So yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with that. Noita's really hard, and it makes me really angry. But it's rewarding. It's probably one of the best roguelikes I've ever played. It's got falling sand mechanics. If anybody's ever played those falling sand games on like cartoons.
Cartoons.
On
What?
on cartoons internet.
What?
I meant to say on like flat. I meant to say like those like Flash like games by
What, the
accident.
Falling
Said-
Sand Material Simulator?
with the falling sands, but and it like generates like that, and that's cool. I watched the final episode of The Good Place. And
Oh.
I've only seen the first episode and
What?
the last episode of the third season, and then I watched the final episode.
Why?
That's terrible. That's like...
I kind of got it, you know.
Oh, you missed like
That's the
3
worst thing you can do with a
seasons
TV
worth of
show.
development.
That's the worst thing you could do with this TV show.
I like understood, you know.
No, you didn't.
Well, it was because like I wasn't really watching The Good Place, but my roommate was, and
Mhm.
he was just watching it in the living room, and I just decided to like sit down and watch it with him, and it just happened to be like the last like couple of episodes. So even though I had not seen most of the show, it still made me emotional.
Okay.
Which
well,
I think that kind of shows that, you know, that's probably a good sign. This is a good show that it was able to make me feel something, and even though I like watched it very badly.
yeah, I don't watch a lot of shows with the real life people who aren't cartoons in it because I'm a 4-year-old. I like The Good Place though.
Yeah, that was kind of my deal with it. I just didn't care. It takes a lot for me to like care about shows with like real people in it. But I've been trying to watch them a lot lately, or a little bit more lately, and after I saw like Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul and that stuff, which is fun. But yeah,
Oh,
that's what
alright.
I've been up to.
All right, see if you're
Yeah.
last. Did you watch or play anything this week?
Well,
I've been watching all the Simpsons Halloween specials.
Okay.
fun.
That's
Because
fun.
there's 31 of them now. Well, there's got to be when the next one airs. So I've just been watching one every day of October.
That's
uh,
a good thing.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, you should do it one year. I did it a few years ago too. I watched them all in reverse order because I'd never seen like a lot of like the first two of them. Now that was pretty neat. I finally found out why it's called Treehouse of Horror because
Oh.
they're only in a treehouse in the first episode.
Yeah, isn't that funny? I'm glad that they kept the name though. It's very iconic.
Yeah, it's got its like own brand pretty much.
If you hear Treehouse of Horror, you're like, "What, Simpsons?"
Yeah.
I like to say is
Yeah.
that like the second show to be able to do that was regular show, and Southern Press they managed their own version of House of Horror.
Mhm.
Oh,
They just
What was
kind
it
of did like Tales from the Park, I think is what they were
Yeah,
called, right?
Terror Tales from the Park.
Yeah.
And they all like have like they keep the framing device. The Simpsons kind of just dropped like the
Yeah.
framing device of like why there's 3 stories after a while. Like once you get to like the 4th one, I think it's just like, oh, here's the 3 stories. You know what this is.
Hansel and Gretel. It's scary.
It's, The
Mar-
Shining.
So
I love
My
those
favorite one
like
is 5.
I love those later Treehouse of Horrors where like they'd like give up like on making like a somewhat Halloween. You just think it's like, oh, this is the one where they go to Jurassic Park World.
This is the one where they do the first season of Stranger Things. Well,
Did they do that?
yeah, that was
Yeah.
in 2004 XXX. There's also Thanksgiving of Horror. They did that last year. That one was pretty good, actually.
Oh yeah, who can
That
forget
felt-
Baby Maggie as a turkey?
Yeah, Thanksgiving of Horror was a better Halloween episode than their actual Halloween episode that year. I also watched an episode of The Simpsons. That wasn't a Halloween episode. I just put it on because when you log on to Disney Plus, they have a big banner that says like, "Woohoo! Season 31 of The Simpsons is now streaming."
Yeah, they did. I saw that big banner.
Yeah, so I was like, "Whoa!" And I had to click on it to see like, well, let's see. So what episodes did I miss? And I put on one about Rod and Todd.
Oh,
Well,
my
it was mostly
favorite.
about Todd. And the Flanders family, and this kind of connects back to like the episode where Maud died. We were talking
Yeah.
about that earlier.
I remember a tweet about this.
Yeah. Basically the plot is the same as my Gerbert episode that I would make, where Todd announces that like he doesn't believe in God anymore.
Oh,
And it's because he's upset because he realizes like he doesn't remember what his mom looks like one day.
oh,
And it's like
That's
actually pretty
sad.
sad. Yeah, it has like some like good, I think it has like some good emotional moments to it. And there's like a really good scene. Like they also like sort of have like Flanders sort of like makes him live at the Simpson house because he's like mad at him for like being so against God and like saying
I don't believe in God, Daddy.
and so like he lives at the Simpson house and Homer sort of bonds with him because he also like has experienced like missing his mother too since she wasn't around for a lot of his childhood.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
that's a weirdly like good and sweet episode to just
Yeah.
now happen.
It was. There's some good jokes
Yeah,
here and there.
Simpsons
it
is
was
this weird.
it was a good season 31 episode of The Simpsons.
Simpsons is
I
this
like-
weird thing where like
Check it out on
99,
Disney Plus right now.
where like 99% of a lot of modern Simpsons episodes are, like absolute ass, and then just like a genuine nice one like once a season.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I saw an episode of The Simpsons, like a recent episode from like season 31. That's the newest one, isn't it?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
season 32 just started. but-
Okay, yeah, it was season 32 because I was watching it on Hulu,
Okay.
and it was an episode about like it just opens up with like Mr. Burns giving a speech.
I think I saw
and
this
then
one.
and then he's just like, I tricked you, actually. The kids are gonna work in my factory.
Yeah.
And then like they get sent to the factory to work on but I don't even think that's like the main point of it. I didn't finish it because it was pretty
No.
it was a pretty telling ass episode, but
Yeah.
me and my roommate, we tried to watch it and then we just went back to like season 11 where we like left off or something.
Hmm.
But it's kind of weird to me how The Simpsons stayed pretty classic and like there's still, a lot of consistently good episodes pretty far into it. And like y'all said, even now it's still occasionally there's one. But like it's weird how far classic Simpsons creeped into like the 2000s.
Yeah, people say like, oh, you can stop once you get to 9, but honestly, like, it's not there. It wasn't like, the show's doing really great, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh, terrible, don't watch it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's a bit of a shift over
Mhm.
time. One last thing about The Simpsons, before we just move on to like a few questions. I want to say What the fuck was that that fucking episode where Homer was eating himself?
What?
Oh yeah, that is I've declared that as if you're gonna watch every Treehouse of Horror, you can skip that one. You can just skip that.
I watched it recently, check it out, it seemed oh, maybe there'll be a really funny joke to it. There's not. Homer just eats himself, and that's the entire joke, and it's there's no jokes to it. He just keeps eating himself.
Yeah.
That's
Sometimes,
horrifying.
yeah, Vor be like that.
It really was like. If you're watching that episode and you see if Lisa comes on the screen and it's at the third sequence, she's like,
You might want to turn off the TV now.
listen to her. She's not kidding, because it's not even a Vor episode. The way it escalates is so it feels like a horror movie concept, but it's just really uncomfortable to watch because it's not really super funny, but it's not super scary either. It just feels like something that shouldn't have been allowed.
I'm watching I'm watching a video right now just called Homer Eats Himself, and it begins with Homer accidentally cutting off his finger and it falls on a grill.
Yeah, it's even hard to watch like that.
That's really fucked up.
Yeah.
The idea of that is really scary. Somebody just dropping their finger on a grill and then being just completely they want to eat it.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And
Yeah, now I remember.
he keeps eating himself too, and it's he has a family, he has a wife and kids, and they're
Homer, please don't do this anymore.
and he's you see him as getting really skinny, and
I'm watching it right now.
turn it off.
Oh god,
It's bad.
He used a cheese grater on his head.
No. Oh.
Alright,
Don't watch him, Homer. Please.
let's move on to the final part of the show. It's time for questions. We'll do 2 or 3 questions. Just throw it in chat, everybody, baby. Let's do it. Yay.
Go.
Anybody have a question for me?
Scary scene in any show.
Spookiest scene in any show ever?
And all of them?
Homer. Where Homer eats himself.
Yeah, Homer eats himself. Number 1.
Yeah, but also another one for me. I guess when I was younger, I used to be scared of this scene from Courage, where when the windmill stops working.
Ooh,
Yeah, and then their heads gets cut off.
the windmill the windmill episode of Courage is probably one of the spookiest episodes, purely just because of how quiet and ambient, and it's always I don't know what it was about the evening as a child, when the sky's all red and stuff, but it had that aesthetic, which kind of freaked me out too. The runes.
Yeah.
You could choose to live life as one Pokemon. What Pokemon would it be?
Homer Simpson.
That's not a Pokemon!
Well, I'm a Pokemon.
I would live my life as a chandelure or a lit wick.
Maybe a Lilligant. They're pretty.
I'd be a Wobbuffet. I could just go fuck off.
What should I be? Should I be
Hey, why not, right?
Why?
Does Gardevoir have fingers? I want a Pokemon with human hands.
You just want a Pokemon with fingers?
Because I just want to be a person. I don't want to be a Pokemon.
I guess just be Matchop then.
You could be, yeah.
No, but that's
Alakazam,
Matchup.
maybe.
Hold on.
Alakazam might be fun.
Let me look at Matchup. Let me look at him. Okay, I could be that. I don't want to be like Machamp, where it's like I can't like sit on a seat, you know.
God.
You know.
Would you be Hitmonlee?
Is that the one with like the big peanut head? Oh,
Oh. It's the one that looks
I
like
don't
an
know.
almond.
I don't really know if I'd be that. That'd be terrible if I woke up one day and I was a Pokemon. And I went outside and there was like other Pokemon that were talking to me and I was like, what happened to me? And they just like, well, you're just a Charmander. What's the big fuss? And then we put on our little bandanas and we go out to the caves.
It's like Splatoon music.
Huh?
No, it's Pokemon. Okay.
Alright, last question. Give us one more. Give us a good one to end it off with.
Yeah.
Yeah, better be a good question, because I gotta get back on the grill soon.
There's a question up here that says favorite horror movie.
I don't
Can we
watch
answer
any of
that?
those. I don't know. I couldn't give you an answer.
You're a
Baby, you're scared.
As of recent, I've been really into Evil Dead.
I watched like the 3 Evil Dead, like the first 3 ones, like last year, and that was so great. I think those are some great movies.
I love the scene from Army of Darkness where he just gets punched by a bunch of skeleton hands, and he goes, "No, no!" And a bunch of hands punch him from the sides of the screen.
I like the part where his face just gets stretched and he just shakes it around like a cartoon character to fix it.
Yeah. Remember the Ashlets?
Yeah, the tiny ones.
Yeah.
And one escaped, and then he changed his name to Germa.
That's not okay.
Oh my god.
Tiny
Sure,
Ashlet is my name.
Name. Come right out my daddy's mane.
Oh, no.
Is this
That's why Germa's so short.
the end of the show, everyone? Does anyone have any final epic words to say?
I will say this.
Yeah.
My favorite just horror movie of all time is
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm thinking of what my favorite horror movie is. It's a hard question, actually.
Press that end stream button.
I'm just
now.
gonna.
Yeah, just press the button.
Good night, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Good night. Gerbert loves you.
Watch the. Oh yeah, my Twitter.